going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hayden Corey here with another one for you. First off, let me say thank you for 800 subscribers. If you are one of my subscribers already, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Our goal was to hit it by the end of the year, and I do believe we're going to close in on it a little bit before that. But either way, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this video. And today we're going to be talking about our top 5 handling mods for this MK7 GTI. I know that obviously everyone's opinion can vary, but it all really comes down to personal preference whenever it comes to handling. Not everyone likes the same ride type or the same feel whenever they're in their car. Nonetheless, these will be good starting grounds for you guys to just kind of decide from on where you might want to start for handling mods on your GTI. Number 1 is going to be probably pretty obvious, and I'm going to combine it into one. It's somewhat of a twofer, but really a one. Wheels and tires. Wheels and tires, guys, will make a world of difference. Mainly the tire, the rubber that you were sticking to the road with is, I mean, that's your contact form. That you want it to be as good as possible. So make sure that you don't cheap out on your tires. Buy some nice tires, something that's going to be good for the, I guess I should say, good for the environment that you live in. Everyone lives in a different part of the world, so not everyone's tire is going to work great for someone else. But either way, find something that works well for your location and for your preferences. And as far as the wheels go, the stock wheels on these cars, if you did get the stock Austins on these, they're very heavy wheels, and just lightening these up a little bit, you can really feel just your car get a little bit more nimble. It wants to get off the line faster. There's not quite as much rotational mass. It can really help out just getting some more lightweight wheels. Also, you could get some wider wheels. I went for an inch wider than stock, and it definitely shows. You get way more traction whenever you're putting down that wider tread pattern, I guess. Wider contact patch is what they call it. Wider contact patch down on the road. Number 2, it goes hand in hand. Suspension. So I'm talking coilovers in particular. Lowering springs, they will do the job. It is a little bit better than stock, but it's also worse in some areas as well. So keep that in mind whenever you're considering going to lowering springs. You're not going to want to go around and toss it around the track real hard. It's not going to necessarily settle the body quite well. So you can do it if you pair it with a ton of other upgrades. Lowering springs, they'll feel really good, honestly. Either way, I recommend you guys go with coilovers in particular. You just have a lot more adjustability. You can adjust your damping, and even if you go with certain brands, you can even adjust your compression and rebound. So keep that in mind whenever you're talking about suspension or thinking about getting some for your GTI. Make sure that you don't go for, you know, the cheap of the cheap. Just make sure that you get what suits your needs, and don't break your budget if you don't have to. Number 3 on the list is going to be sway bars. In particular, a rear sway bar, but either way, I recommend you just going ahead and do both. There's a lot of companies out there that just sell a package deal for our cars where you can pick up the front and rear for a little bit of a discount, and it's well worth it. Upgrading the sway bars on these cars, you absolutely instantly feel the difference. It handles way better going through the curves, honestly. I mean, it's something that you have to feel for yourself. You got to go from your stock sway bars to your upgraded ones, and instantly you will realize what a big of a difference that makes and how worth it was. So that's definitely going to be my number 3. And number 4 is actually going to be the dog bone insert for these cars. These cars were front wheel drive and we're front engine. That combined with a whole lot of torque, we get wheel hop a lot, and we really need to upgrade the engine mounts in particular. And I recommend at the bare minimum, you do your dog bone insert down on the bottom. It's very easy, rather inexpensive. You can do it yourself in your garage, and it won't be a trouble at all, and it's absolutely worth it. You get off the line way smoother, and it makes it overall a better driving experience. And lastly, number 5, I recommend any form of chassis rigidity. So I'm talking like a unibrace. I'll throw that up on the screen right here, or even what I have in the rear of my car, a rear chassis stress brace in the rear. And I know I have a video on the channel about that. If you guys want to see more in depth, make sure you click on that. I'll try and link that up here as well. And then also, I mean, you could do a front strut tower brace. You can do a front stress brace. And so, as far as chassis stress brace goes, there's a lot of different options that are out there. And I just recommend, if you really want to tighten up that car and make it really feel like you're on rails going through the curves, go ahead and throw some sort of chassis support in there, and you will absolutely notice the difference if you're pushing your car. That's going to be my top 5. If you have a different one that you would have thrown in your top 5, let me know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinion. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm just simply speaking off my own experience. So If you have different experience and you would like to share that, please let me know. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you back next week with another one.